Ryse versus Total War. Which one should you get? These two pre-workouts are kind of similar in terms of formula and branding, but Total War tries to appeal a little more to the hardcore audience, and Ryse appeals more to the mainstream audience of pre-workout users. It does this with their branding, as you can see. So what's the difference between these two? Well, I've been using Total War and then I switched to Ryse, and I can tell you right now, Total War doesn't feel so good, not as good as Ryse pre-workout. Total War felt like it gave me a little bit more in terms of my heart rate, but it didn't feel so good. I didn't have any mood elevation. With Ryse, I actually felt pretty good, and I didn't have any dirty or worries or concerns over my heart rate. Total War, it only has caffeine and theobromine, but the caffeine and theobromine is a little less than Ryse. Despite that, my heart rate was still, or it seemed like it was elevated much more on Total War. On Ryse, everything was smooth. I liked it, maybe because of the theanine that's in here at 50 milligrams, but there's honestly, there's not that much theanine, so it doesn't really explain it. There is better focus on Ryse because of the Citicoline, which is a premium source of choline, and there isn't any choline in here. In terms of pricing, Total War is actually a little bit more expensive, I believe, and Ryse is a little bit cheaper at 40 bucks, while Total War is more like a little higher than 40 bucks, maybe closer to 50 bucks. So in terms of serving size, they are both the same. Ryse does use more artificial sweeteners. At 40%, nearly 40% of the ingredients in here are artificial sweeteners, while Total War is more like 10%. So there's much less in here, although this still tastes pretty good with the grape flavor. But in terms of which one I recommend, I would go with Ryse, especially if you're just looking for a pre-workout that works and provides you with a good experience in the gym. But if you do want something that's more like, I don't know why you would use Total War actually in terms of going with a pre-workout. The pumps were not that much better despite this having agmatine. This only has citrulline in terms of nitric oxide support, but I do recommend Ryse over Total War. I just felt better with this. But if you're especially sensitive with artificial sweeteners, you might actually choose to go with Total War. But if you could go with other options, I would just go with Bulk Black from Transparent Labs, as it has a foundation of vitamins and ingredients needed for performance, especially for athletes. So Ryse would be my choice over Total War very easily. I hope this helps you.